Hi, it's Jordan here from the Trade Decorator review team. Before I start this review, disclaimer, I've got 4 stitches in my finger. I grabbed the electric sander, pretty stupid thing to do, but I'm okay, so I'll crack on with this review. Today we are using Toupret Joint Skim, so it's basically just the cement, and I'll be using it on this ceiling, which actually annoyed me because this ceiling was finished and then it failed the sound test, so they've ripped it down and done it again. Anyway, long story, but this is what we're doing. There's a couple coats still to go on, as you can see, mainly the flat joints. I've done these ones by hand just for time and I didn't want to get the machines out, but I'll bring them up today, fire a couple coats on and see how it performs. Main things I'm looking for with this is how easy it is to apply, how fast it starts setting off and drying, and how it feels to use by hand, and colour difference to other various cements as well. I've had a little play with this already and it's actually really good. I did throw it through the Mark 5 spray plaster machine and it was great. It was actually really good. I have a practice panel in my spray room and I sanded it as well, so I don't really need to test the sanding on it because I'm really happy with how this stuff sands. Sands really easily, doesn't leave lots of swirl, and it doesn't actually leave a lot of residue when you sand it as well. A lot of time when we find we sand spray plaster or tape and drywall, it leaves a powder on the surface. This stuff seems to just sort of fall away, didn't leave too much on the actual surface itself, so I was pretty happy with that. The finish is really good as well, so I can't complain, does everything it's supposed to do. I'll fire it through our 10-inch box first and I'll give you a quick video of me doing it, and yeah, we'll see what it's like. Let's get to it. Just before I start the review, I just want to show you the actual tub. This is what you'd be looking at if you were to buy it, and also this is what I did our first coats with. It was faster drying, and this is really just the finished coat for me. So ignore this, finished with. But this is what we're doing today, and I'll just show you the front of the tub and a wee bit around the back. Easy to sand, minimal shrinkage, no need to spot prime for manual and spray application. Spray application, already talked about that, really good, definitely works. Just give it a good mechanical mix. And yeah, all the other things. No need to spot prime. Personally, I prime everything anyway, so I don't really think it applies to me. Yeah, there's not really much you need to know other than how it performs, so I'll show you. Quickly before I start, I thought I'd show you the tools for those that aren't familiar with it. Here we have 10-inch box and handle. This is actually an extendable handle, and the box is loose until you grab the handle and it can stop. This gets filled with the cement, and the back of it gets pushed and stuff comes out here and it cleans itself off, and it's really easy to apply. You'll get the picture when I use it. And this is the pump. So this part actually goes into the tub. You pump and it comes out this little nozzle into your box, and that's it. This is how it works. I've also found the heater. Yeah. As you can see, it's full of stuff. And we use this stuff up there. For people that understand these machines, there's little numbers here. I'm on number 3, just for the flat joints, feather edge bit. Finger's okay, it's a bit dirty now, but I'll show you. That was actually really nice. I did a little trick to myself with other cement. I'll stand in front of this light. With other cement, I usually thin it for using the box just to make it easier. I actually just did that straight, like neat. I expected to find that really hard. It was actually really easy. It's really nice. I'll do the rest of the ceiling and I'll let you know. So here's an update. I'll stand in front of the bulb. Other than I've got a hat on, this is dry. I'm not being funny, I could probably sand it, it's that dry. I'm not gonna. I'll still get another coat as well. But that's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. It's not particularly hot in here either. I'm actually really impressed with that. I've never had tape and cement dry that fast on me. But yeah, it's pretty good. Here's my overall review. So what I make of the Toupret Joint Skim. Let's highlight a few things. Spray plaster and Ames taping, that's basically all I use them for. Spray plaster in, quick mix and straight through the Graphic Mark 5 that I had. Spray plastered a small panel, brilliant, really nice. Didn't leave horrible tails either, maybe the tip I was using, but it just sprayed really good. Traveled really nice, didn't have any grit in it. Sometimes spray plaster can have little gritty bits or anything like that. It was really smooth, really buttery. Yeah, it was just really great to use, and it actually sanded really well. I think I mentioned before that it didn't leave that horrible dusty residue. Big bonus marks for me, didn't have to brush the wall down like I usually do. For the tape-in with the 10-inch box, it gets a 12-inch box as well. But I didn't even thin it, worked great, neat without any watering down at all. Quite effortless as well. Usually it's a bit of a harder push when you don't thin it, but it just felt like normal. A little bit trickier coming out the pump, I may add, but my pump's not the best at the minute, it's just really old, probably do an upgrade. But yeah, really happy with how it actually performs, like as I'm using it. Treating with hand stuff, it's just like most cements, to be honest. They're really nice to use, nice fine fill, and it hasn't shrunk a lot either, so because usually you can tell with a 10-inch box that it's not quite finished, but not that I'm gonna, but you probably could get away with sanding and painting that. Yeah, so no, I'm really happy with the Toupret Joint Skim. It's actually a really great product to use, and it's actually made it a little bit, it's caught me by surprise a little bit with how quick it dried and just how nice it was to use. It's been a real treat, to be honest. But yeah, so for an overall review, do I recommend it? Absolutely. Do I think it's the best cement I've used? 100%. I've used other brands, two in particular, to be honest, that are pretty common on shelves and local decorating centres and wherever else, but it outperforms them 100% for ease of use and for drying and for, I don't know, just the feel. I can't describe it, it's just a feel, isn't it? So for me, am I going to rate this out of 10? Have to give it, well, it's got to get top marks. It's 10, it's the best I've ever used, so 10 out of 10 for me for this product. Price wise, I haven't actually looked it up. I do have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be a bit more expensive, but you're paying for what you get. If it's higher end work, obviously I'm going to use this. If it was my own place, I would use this 100%, because it's the best stuff I've ever used. So that's it for me, and I hope if you have any questions about this product in particular, or if you're thinking about using it, please do not hesitate in getting in touch with me. Leave a comment below, or go to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, hit the little bell notification. You'll be constantly updated with not only this review, but all the reviews we've got coming up as well. Please do like, share, comment, let us know what you think. If my review's pretty rubbish, you want me to do anything else and update the review, if you want me to add any more information, please do tell me as well. For those that are interested, my stitches are still in and they still really hurt, so I'm all good. But yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and please stick around for more. So for those that are a bit sceptical for how fast this dries, this has just been lying like this since I've done it. I've been a bit lazy, I've not actually moved anything, and there's just a little bit left on my hop here. If you can see, it's actually really rigid. Like, it's cracking and everything, and that's like, usually you'd touch it and it's still soaking wet. That just goes to show you how fast this stuff is actually drying. No, I'm really impressed with that, and then obviously, as you can see, it's soft on the inside, but look at the outside. Nah, really good.